Здравствуйте, дорогие друзья! Вы на канале «Русский язык с Пумой Месси». Всем привет! Здравствуйте! Hello, dear friends! I welcome you all to the channel Russian with Puma Messi. First of all, I'd like to thank you all for participating in the polls that I posted on the community tab. Thank you so much for your feedback. It gives me some ideas how to further develop our channel. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being part of our big happy family of Messi, Gerda, Sasha, and Masha, and of course Don, Pepas, and myself. I hope that our family will be growing, because I do think that our channel has such a cozy atmosphere, and we welcome every new member with open arms, and we're really happy to have all of you who've been with this channel for a long time already. 1 year again. I mean, I can't believe it. 1 year. Okay, so all the acknowledgements are done. Let's proceed to the lesson. Today, as I promised, we are going to take another look at the lesson that I posted on Tuesday. We'll have a lesson review, lesson about that instruction, an instruction how to be a cat. You probably noticed that instruction had about 8 points on how to do things, and the most of those things in instruction, actually it's a verb, and a verb in its infinitive form. So we will be looking at those verbs that are at the beginning of every phrase. But before we take a look at those verbs, I want you to watch the video again from Messi's behavior from the stream last Sunday, and follow that video. I placed some bubbles during the video, and I made a voice over those instructions. Pause the video when you hear me saying those instructions. Try to pronounce it together with me. Make sure that you're able to pronounce those phrases. I tried to be as articulate as I possibly could. And then after watching that video, please come back here to our lesson, and we'll take a closer look at every verb that was used in that instruction. Let's go. Let's review our previous lesson. Дождаться стрима. Дождаться стрима. Убедиться, что тебя видят во всем мире. Выбрать момент, когда папы нет, а мама читает чат. Выбрать момент, когда папы нет, а мама читает чат. Встать на задние ноги и уронить вазу. Ура! Получилось! Ура! Получилось! Сделать вид, что раскаиваешься. Сделать вид, что раскаиваешься. Найти момент и разбить яйцо. Сделать вид, что раскаиваешься. Сделать вид, что раскаиваешься. Welcome back to our lesson. I hope you were able to watch that video and heard those instructions. You were able to practice and repeat those instructions together with me, pronounce those words. And now it's time to take a closer look at those verbs in particular, because the verbs for any instruction, they are in an infinitive form, and we don't need to think about any conjugation. That's an easy part. And with all of that, let's read our instruction, and then we'll take a look at the verbs, stand-alone verbs. Как быть настоящим котом? Как быть настоящим котом? How to be a real cat. Инструкция. Инструкция. An instruction. Дождаться стрима. Дождаться стрима. Wait until our stream begins. Убедиться, что тебя видят во всем мире. Убедиться, что тебя видят во всем мире. Make sure the whole world is watching. Выбрать момент, когда папы нет, а мама читает чат. Выбрать момент, когда папы нет, а мама читает чат. Choose a moment when dad is not around and mom is busy as well reading chat messages. Встать на задние ноги, лапы, paws or legs. Ноги, humans have ноги, Messi has ноги, pets have лапы, лапы. We've talked about it before. And уронить вазу. Встать на задние ноги и уронить вазу. Get on your back legs and throw the vase down. I will be actually referring to the video where we were discussing the difference between legs and paws. I'll feature the link in the video description. Please go and watch and see. We'll count how many legs does Messi have, or legs or paws, and depending how you look at that. So that video will be featured in the description, that link to the video. Let's read again. Встать на задние ноги и уронить вазу. Ура! Получилось! Ура! Получилось! Hooray! Success! I managed to do it! Turned out well, or it worked. Сделать вид, что раскаиваешься. Сделать вид, что раскаиваешься. Pretend that you are sorry. найти момент и разбить яйцо. Найти момент и разбить яйцо. Find the moment and break the egg. And these are our verbs. To make your life even more complicated, I'm going to give you those verbs in pairs where applicable, because as I told you, that Russian verbs, they have an aspect to it, and that aspect is perfective and imperfective. Perfective is always a result. Imperfective is always a process. But in order for us to know how the verbs work, you always have to be two verbs in front of you. And besides, they are different. You may find those differences and tell me what they are. And our first verb was дождаться, дожидаться. Дождаться, perfective, дожидаться, imperfective, to wait until something happens. Убедиться, убеждаться, убедиться, убеждаться, to make sure. Выбрать, выбирать. Выбрать, выбирать, to choose, to pick. Встать, вставать, встать, вставать, to stand up, to get up. Получилось, получилось. And this verb is not an infinitive. This is past tense of the verb получаться. It's past tense neuter, but it's used always in Russian language when somebody is trying to say, it worked, it came out well. And that regardless of whatever you are doing, if something came out well the way you wanted and it worked, then you are saying получилось, получилось. This one is very interesting. Сделать вид, сделать вид, to pretend. And then very interesting verb, and I didn't give it in an infinitive because in our sentence is сделать вид, что раскаиваешься. So to pretend that you are sorry, and in this case the verb раскаиваешься, раскаиваешься, it's second person present tense singular. Second person, present tense, singular. Раскаиваешься, that you are sorry, that you really feel so bad that you did it, but in reality you are not. Найти, искать. Найти, искать, to find. Разбить, разбивать. Разбить, разбивать, to break. Those are the verbs, a lot of them, and they are something to think about, especially this verb, найти, искать. As I told you that almost all Russian verbs in the infinitive, they have the ending soft sign, soft sign, soft sign, unless they are reflexive verbs where the particle ся. Reflexive verbs means reciprocate action. So I did it myself, or the thing did it itself, or something is going to, that very interesting aspect again, reflexive verbs in Russian. Дождаться. I will wait myself that it's going to start the stream. So you have to wait until the stream begins. Дождаться. But also you can observe the soft sign is over here. So the verb itself is дождать, and then the particle ся, and that makes it reflexive infinitive. But here is one verb that stands out of the rule, and this is the verb найти, and this is an exception from the rule of the soft sign ending of the verbs in its infinitive form. And Russian language has only few verbs like that, and our verb to find is one of those verbs. So perfective is найти, but imperfective is the process, to look for something. It's искать, like a normal verb. So I confused the hell out of you. Please ask me questions. I try to be as clear as possible, but I know that the subject is not that easy. But we are already know enough that we can deal with this aspect of the verbs, and then I hope you will be able to recognize some of the verbs, some of the words during streams and during Sasha and Masha's videos. And with all that said, I am wishing you a happy Sunday, and I will see you very, very soon. Thank you for watching.